Hi, welcome back to another stream. It's that fantasy chick. We're back. It's Wednesday, which means it's Superman and Lois. I said I was gonna watch Gotham Knights, but what ended up happening was um, things happened and I didn't get a chance to watch Superman and Lois live, so I didn't. So if I'm not rolling right into Gotham Knights, from one episode to the next, I'm not gonna go looking for it. So we did not watch Gotham Knights, but I did watch Secret Invasion. So Superman and Lois, Secret Invasion. Um, didn't get a chance to get back into Miss Marvel, but we'll talk about that on Monday. I should probably be able to finish that up and talk about that on Monday. But wow, you liked it? Well, it's the next to the last episode. Yes, I watched Secret Invasion today. But yeah, Gotham Knights, I guess part of the reason why I wasn't so motivated to go looking for Gotham Knights is that I already know it's canceled. It's canceled. I'm still gonna watch the last episode though, even though it's canceled. It's not coming back. I know Superman and Lois is coming back, but they drastically cut the cast because they're trying to cut the budget. So basically, the main family, and I think Lex Luthor are coming back next season. Everybody else is either not coming back or going to be bumped down to recurring. Everybody else. That means Lana Lang, her family. Well, they already had a little girl who was hardly on there. But Sarah, Kyle, Chrissy, John Henry, Natalie, even the father, Sam Lane, all of them. All of them have been reduced from regular cast members to recurring or just, or they won't be coming back. So I'm wondering, how are they gonna make a show with half the cast gone? This is gonna be interesting. This will be interesting. So Gotham Knights is like Titans, only the heroes don't get powers. Okay. That's interesting. That's an interesting take on Gotham Knights. Okay. That'll be interesting to see as I go into the last episode. But first, Superman and Lois. Okay, so this whole episode was like, well, half the episode was a flashback of Lex Luthor and his 17 years in prison. Like, they went back and forth between him getting out of prison and him going into prison and showing how he made his way to the top of the food chain in prison, and how he basically got the warden under his thumb. He's super evil. He should not get out of jail. And what kills me is he spends the whole episode just walking to, like, not he don't take a ride. He decides he gonna walk from the prison to wherever he gonna go. He takes the entire hour to walk to Lois Lane's house in Smallville. So they walk from I don't know where Stryker Prison is, but they walk from Stryker Prison to Smallville to go to Lois Lane house to tell her she's going to retire. Like, you do know Lois Lane, right? Like, that's not gonna happen. I was like, I don't care how menacing you are, how threatening you want to be. I think you're underestimating her guilt and putting you away. You're also ignoring the fact that, yes, you were innocent of those crimes, but you were guilty of a whole bunch of other things. And you know you're guilty of other crimes. And you deserve to be in jail, just not for those crimes. And and of course, he takes his ass down there to Bizarro, thinking he gonna control Bizarro. Last we see of him is Bizarro rushing him and Otis. I hope Bizarro snapped their neck. Well, of course he's not gonna snap Lex Luthor's neck because it's Lex Luthor, but I hope he beat him up at least. Just I hope he hurt him. I hope he hurt him. His biker gang Lex. Yeah, he's not like the other Lexes. My Lex is still Michael Rosenbaum. That was disgusting. Bizarro eating rats was disgusting. But yeah, the thing about this Lex just came off as just tough. This is why I said I feel like Bruno Mannheim was the Lex I expected. Very intelligent, very had charisma, and he could pull off the like, I get it. He's been in jail for 17 years, so that's supposed to have affected him. But I just feel like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Lex is more cunning than that. And even so, when he got into jail, they still didn't play him off as the cunning, super intelligent Lex. They played him more as a thug. He was very much thuggish. And I've never thought of Lex as a thug. I've never thought of him as thuggish. So yeah, that that was different. That was different. But yeah, I feel like the Bruno Mannheim was more like Lex than this Lex was. The Lex that I'm used to. He he was able to pull off the double life, kind guy, and I guess this is what Lex used to be before they framed him for murder. But still, even in the even in like the comics or the animated shows, when Lex got out of jail, because Lex gets out of jail all the time. He's not thuggish. He's still the same cunning, slick Lex. But anyway, so back to the children. The children have problems. Uh Goodness gracious. The children are having their own little problems. Um Jordan is getting a big head, and he wants recognition for being a savior. And Jonathan is mad because he's no longer being hazed the uh, by the firefighters because his father's Superman. So, so he brings it up at home. Clark hears it. Clark goes to Kyle and say, "Hey, Jonathan just wants to be like everyone else," and then he has a problem with that. Like, these kids just have problems on top of problems. Why did you say anything? It's the teen angst. I can't with the teen angst. Sarah mad at Lana for saying something, even though you were mad at Jordan for going around bragging about being a superhero when you are stressed trying to keep his secret, and you have every right to be mad about being stressed because he's being a little jerk. And but when when Clark and Lois confronts Jordan, and Jordan tries to come up on Superman's like, "Don't you ever do that to me again." I was like, I would love to see. They ain't never gonna do it, but I would love to see Superman open up a can of whoop ass on one of his children, like the child who can take it. Like, he can't do it to Jonathan, but he can to Jordan. He can whoop Jordan. He can whoop Jordan's ass, and Jordan really deserves it. he needs to. He really needs to go a couple of rounds in the fortress with his father right about now. But Cunning Lex is going to try to force Lois out of the newspaper. He's not going to go there and be like, you're going to retire. No. Cunning Lex is going to make it so she has no choice but to retire. He's going to set it up. He's not a thug. He doesn't yell at people. Bruno was definitely more Lexus, yes. I knew when he was beaten, I knew when he kept punching down, I'm like, he's sitting on a person. He's sitting on one of those prisoners. I knew it. When Jordan tried him, force in his face, Clark looked like he was ready to. He looked like when he said, "Don't you ever do that to me again." He looked like he was ready to take him down. That's why I was saying, you can take Jordan down. Jordan can take it. Jordan can take it. Because he looked like it was written all over his face. He wanted to take Jordan down. And he should have. I don't think her whole complaint was invalid. She has a right to feel upset that she was stressed about holding on to this boy's secret, and he's making it harder to keep his secret. He was the one who was making it harder to keep his secret, and she's the one who has to go around. She promised that she wouldn't, let out his secret, and he's going around posing with people and taking pictures and doing selfies. That was very selfish of him. That was very selfish of him. And he knew exactly what he was doing when he landed right where his grandfather was, instead of taking off and flying home like his father told him to do. Because there was no reason he had to land. He could have dissipated that tornado with his father, and he could have flew home. He did not have to be seen by no one. He wanted to be seen. Well, a-hole. I just and now they're like, oh, what are we gonna do with him? Take him to the fortress and go a couple of rounds. That's what you do to him. Oh, oh. But it's not just his decision, because him coming out puts Clark's secret at risk. See, he puts his whole family at risk. He puts his brother at risk, his mother at risk. His father has been Superman long before he'd been in the world, and now all of a sudden it's in jeopardy. His secret identity is in jeopardy because of this little nigga right here. No, he's putting everything at risk because he doesn't have, his ego, because of his ego. And so he can't think past, well, I want recognition. Nobody cares what recognition you want. You don't deserve recognition. You're just a little boy. Be a little boy and sit your ass down. Oh my goodness, your father's been Superman since, oh my goodness. You just found out 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that your father was Superman. Why do you think you can come to him and challenge him? You just got these powers. Calm yourself. Ugh. I'm really hoping it's the second one. I really hope Clark is gonna whip his ass because he deserves it. He really, 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 really deserves it. And Clark is gonna have to do some Superman corporal punishment. Because he's too much. He is too much. And you can't just go, oh, he was a teenager. Clark was a teenager with powers and he didn't go through this. And you can't just go, oh, well, he's, what is he, generation, he's the Generation Z or whatever they are. Is that what he is? Yeah. I don't think that's it. He's just selfish. It has nothing to do with him being a teenager, it has nothing to do with him being young. He's just selfish. Selfish and inconsiderate. Mm. I'm just thinking about, see, a lot of these superheroes would have turned out a whole lot different. He would have turned out a whole lot different if my mama would have been his mama. If my mama would have been his mama, he Ain't no amount of powers would have kept him, he wouldn't have been able to do whatever he wanted to do. He would have stayed in line, powers or no powers. Mm. Hmm. Must be that. Yeah, that definitely must be a guy thing. Because I grew up with all sisters, and we didn't do we didn't do that in our house. We didn't rise up on our mother like that, or our father like that. Rise up on our mother, we would have been dead. Dead and in our graves. I would not be talking to you. I'd be sitting here right here dead right now. uh but yeah, so what else? So there was the tornado, little Jordan losing his mind. What else happened? They didn't even show John Henry and Natalie yesterday, did they? No. It just kept going back and forth. Oh, Lex Luthor, poor thing, his daughter won't talk to him. Maybe it's because you're a master criminal and not because you went to jail. But whatever. It kills me on TV and movies when criminals get upset when they have to pay for the crimes that they do. And like I said, he didn't commit those crimes, but you know good and hell well that you were committing crimes just as bad and if not worse. They were afraid of you. And they would not have been afraid of you. Bruno Mannheim would not have been afraid of Lex Luthor if he wasn't off the freaking chain and committing all types of crimes. You deserve to still be in jail. They got you on the wrong thing. And if I was Lois, I wouldn't have printed that article. I would have been like, oh, well, P is dead, so there's no reason to print this article. Lex can just stay where he is. I wouldn't have printed the article. P is dead. Bruno Mannheim's going to jail. I wouldn't have printed the article. I wouldn't have said nothing. I would have left him up in there. Oh my goodness. It's annoying, but like I said, he's not going to be here next year. He's not going to be here next year. So we won't have to deal with him being so hyped. Um it's it's kind of corny how he's acting. Like everybody else found out about it and was like, ooh, ooh. And even Lana was pissed when she first found out. And after she got over it, she finally got over it. She wasn't, oohing and ahhing over him being Superman. She was just like, okay, you Clark. And she went on with her life. Like she didn't become a groupie. Like he is like 2 seconds away from becoming a groupie. 2 seconds away. Yeah, I'm two minds about the special treatment. He went overboard with the special treatment, but I don't believe in hazing either. I'm like, why? Why are you hazing this teenage boy who came to how does hazing him teach him how to be a fireman? He could have very formally cut that shit out without connecting it to, without making such a big deal out of it. But I don't think hazing should be a thing either. It shouldn't have been like, well, it happened to me, so it should. I hate that mentality. I went through it, so you need to go through it too. I hate that mentality. I hate that. It's like, why do you want other people to suffer just because you suffered too? If anything, you should want people to avoid what you went through. I hate that. I don't like hazing. So I'm of two minds about that. Yes, I was talking about Superman and Lois. Half the cast is leaving of Superman and Lois. So basically, uh Superman, Lois, they children, and most likely Lex is going to be on, because they're drastically cutting the budget in order to keep the show. Apparently is very expensive to make, so they're drastically cutting the budget to keep it on for the fourth season. So they're keeping the main family, and since we only had 2 episodes with Lex Luthor, most likely he's coming back, but everybody else is gone. Everybody else is gone. So that's Lana, her children, Kyle, John Henry, Natalie, Sam Lane, all of them, Chrissy, all of them gone. They're either going to be not on the show or bumped down to recurring. So, and that's why I was wondering, how are they going to make a show with half the cast? It's going to be interesting to see how they do that. Well, the kids, Jonathan and Jordan is still going to be on the show, but Sarah won't. Sarah and Natalie may recur, but they won't be on the show as often as everyone else. So it's like they're not guaranteed to be. Yeah, so they're not guaranteed to be on the show as often as they were this season. So they may probably do a couple of episodes because they're not even on every episode this season. So they'll probably do a couple of episodes next season. But I'm gonna see. We'll see. We'll see how they work out these budgetary concerns, because like this season was only 13 episodes long, which means if they're cutting the budget, next season is probably only going to be 13 episodes long as well. So it'll be interesting to see what they do on a reduced budget. So, and I hope the show does not suffer because of it. Okay, so I think that is all. Now for Secret Invasion. Okay, so poor little Samuel L. Jackson. It looks like they're putting him on the same sort of character arc that they did Obi-Wan Kenobi. That they have him sort of, everybody keeps saying over and over again, like he's old and he's washed up, he's changed after the blip, he's changed. He's not the same as he was before. Nobody would have been able to get the drop on him like this. Da, 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 da. So I feel like we're gonna get an Obi-Wan Kenobi story character arc with Nick Fury, where he's going to be behind the hand, behind the game at the beginning of this series. And as the series go along, he's gonna pick up and become the Nick Fury that we're used to seeing. So I guess maybe they just didn't want to see him hit the ground running. I guess that wouldn't be interesting to them. Although the moment I saw, what's his face, home dude from Wakanda Forever, I've already forgot his name, but you know, white dude from the Black Panther movies. The moment I saw him, I knew he was a Skrull, because I was like, the last time we saw him, they were breaking him out of custody, so he would not be hanging around meeting people with the agencies for sure, because the agency had arrested him. So, and the fact that the dude from the agency didn't know he was arrested, that is shady as I don't know what. So they had him arrested and nobody knew. Nobody knew he was supposed to be arrested. They was gonna put him on the black site, probably violate all his rights and keep him locked away forever with no trial. Glad that they busted him out, because he was not going to see him ever again. But okay, back to Secret Invasion. So Khaleesi is on Secret Invasion, and dude who played Malcolm X on that Regina King movie, what's it called? Something in Miami, something Nights in Miami or something. I forget the name of the movie, but it's the movie with Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X and this other guy. I forget the other guy, but he was played by the guy who played Hawkman in Black Adam. But so anyway, so Malcolm X and Khaleesi are Skrulls, and I'm guessing we're supposed to know who these people. I'm guessing that the guy who's with Samuel L. Jackson was the guy we saw on Captain Marvel. I'm guessing, but I haven't watched Captain Marvel in years, so his name did not ring a bell, and nothing rang a bell. So I'm just gonna guess that was that guy, because they was acting like we supposed to know there was this connection between Samuel L. Jackson and the two Skrulls, like somebody died, and I'm like, wait a minute, who died? I rewound the show. I had to rewind the show. I was like, oh, they must have died off screen, because I didn't see nobody. I mean, other than Martin Freeman, that's his name. Other than Martin Freeman, I didn't see anybody else die. But I found out it was his wife, his baby mama, and then we see his daughter later on is played by Khaleesi. It's one of those. It's one of those. The thing with the with the scrolls. The scrolls, that's what they are, right? Scrolls. The thing with them is they could possibly live a peaceful life if they just continue existing where they are in the little Russian camps. They don't have to go around killing people. Like, why? Nobody's gonna come looking for you in these radiated areas. Nobody's gonna ever come back to those radiated areas. Live your life. Why do you have to kill people? I don't understand. I don't understand their motivation for wiping out the human race. Yeah, the villain Gravik, that's the guy who played Malcolm X. So that was Malcolm X from the, is it Nights in Miami? I'm not gonna remember the name of the movie, but something in Miami. Okay. So Talos was was on Captain Marvel. Yeah, but they do. They want the whole planet. But the thing is, there's not enough of them to take over a whole planet. Right now, it's 500 of them in one location. Like, if y'all can just stay in that one location, then y'all don't need the whole planet. And then talking about they're staying at these different plants. Y'all can just go to these different plants. And then we all know that there's what's that place? Oh my goodness. HBO did a whole show on it. What is it called? Chernobyl. There's Chernobyl. They can go there. There's all them other places. They can go there. There's plenty of places for them to go. Spread their wings and leave us alone. But I also don't understand the agenda of Homegirl who kidnapped Samuel L. Jackson. Um, that woman. Samuel L. Jackson wanted to get to the people before she does because I don't understand why. I guess what they're trying to do is there's people there's people with Gravik who they're basically going to arrest, but then all the other people who are just there seeking sanctuary, they're gonna let those people go. Whereas I guess she would just kill everybody, kill everybody, which you know sounds pretty much like the U.S. government. Um, Also, don't understand why Rhodey was being a snitch, talking about um, Nick Fury. It's like, why don't you just go find Nick Fury and ask him why he came down from Saber? Why you gotta go talk to the president? Why is Rhodey always a snitch? He snitched on what's his face? Iron Man. Oh, although to be fair, he didn't quite snitch on Iron Man until Iron Man snitched on himself. But still, I didn't like that. I didn't like that whole reporting to the president, you know. But I guess they needed a way to tell us that what Samuel L. Jackson was doing out, off Earth was sanctioned by the US government, and he wasn't supposed to leave whatever he was doing off Earth without the government's permission. So I don't understand why Nick Fury isn't going to the government and letting them know, hey, we have some rogue scrolls that we got to take care of. Who's like trying to start a war between the US and Russia. So maybe you want to, if something pop off, hold off on, any sort of nuclear engagement. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand why he didn't warn them. But I guess he felt like they would react the same way Homegirl did. Because that's the US government. Why secret bombings? Do they want those things? The secret bombings is to start wars. Is to start nuclear wars. So that way, once they start these nuclear wars, that will take out take out all the humans, take out the entire human species, and then they will have the run of the planet because then we'll all be dead if they keep starting all these nuclear wars between these, major superpowers. Mm, okay. I guess we supposed to. I guess we supposed to do our homework. We supposed to have watched every movie in the MCU, including Captain Marvel, including all the shows, and I have not watched all the shows. There are quite a few shows I have not watched. But I don't think, unless Moon Knight has something to do with aliens, I don't think I've missed another alien show. I haven't missed another alien show. So I've seen all the movies. I haven't watched all the shows. I've just missed Hawkeye, Moon Knight. I'm working on Miss Marvel right now. And What If? I have not. I'm not gonna watch What If. And plus, What If will not be important because that's sort of an alternate universe thing. I don't think it's going to become a Nick Fury therapy session because I don't think that's what happened with Obi-Wan Kenobi. As far as I can remember with that show, um, it didn't. Even though he did have to address, his inner issues. It wasn't a therapy session. He just had to sort of make his way back and go back to being the badass Jedi he once was. And that's what Nick Fury has to do. With more practice. He's out of practice like Obi-Wan was. Mm. Moon Knight was in Aliens. In Endgame. Okay. Yeah. Um yeah. And I watched Captain Marvel when it first came out. That was it was definitely before Endgame. And Endgame was in 2018. Endgame was 2018. Um so it's been a minute. It's been a minute. After the first episode went off, they immediately was like, "Oh, you finished watching this? Why don't you watch Captain Marvel?" And it's like I was like, I probably should watch Captain Marvel because I haven't seen it in years. Um, it's it would definitely help, but so yeah, so when his daughter came to him with that whole plan and oh, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, it's going to be this, I was like, I don't trust her. She's she came back to him a little too quickly, a little too easily. Um, if she was going to desert them, she should have just left, not try to be the inside person. She should have just left. Why is she still with them? Because she was a decoy. So Khaleesi was a decoy. But they done killed Maria Hill, y'all. She done been through 22 movies and I don't know how many TV shows, including Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and they done killed her. I can't believe it. And then had her be killed by a squirrel taking Nick Fury's form. So the last thing she sees is some old evil Nick Fury shooting her. That's just wrong. That's just wrong. Oh, horrible. The intro theme was AI generated. I barely watched that. I was doing something else while that was going on, so I did not see that. But yeah, I'm not a fan of AI. So um, Disney know they have the money to pay people to put together a theme. They did not have to do an AI generated thing. But I guess after seeing what they did with She-Hulk, they're not giving people the time to do what they could do. They really, really have the money. What they need to do is give people the time. And that's the problem. They need to give them the time. Oh, better not. Better not. Better not. I will boycott. I will boycott anybody who does a whole show in AI. I think it's disgusting. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's disgusting. I hate it. Um, I saw where somebody did this AI generation of Arnold Schwarzenegger as Michael Jackson in the Thriller. I was thoroughly disgusted. I did not like that. I did not like that at all. I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Because they could. And why could they? Because of AI. I hate it. I hate it. I don't like it. So, so Secret Invasion. They they managed to blow up Russia. And will they blame America? Will this start a war? Will Nick Fury have to answer to the president? So many questions. How can you just leave Maria to just die in the middle of the street? I was sad. But yeah, people keep talking about it like, oh, this is people keep talking about it like it's going to be good, like, engaging spy thriller. So uh, it's probably going to be on par with Captain America. Um, what's the second one? The Winter Soldier. Like that, but with scrolls. So, interested. I will continue to watch on Wednesdays. So I can do a Wednesday recap. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I'm going to be invested in this show. It's maybe I'm prejudiced. Maybe I just feel like, it's Nick Fury and it's Samuel L. Jackson, and I'm invested in it because it's Samuel L. Jackson. So I feel like I'm gonna be invested in it. It's Samuel L. Jackson. It's his chance to shine. They didn't give him his they didn't give him his own movie. I guess Captain Marvel was as close to his own movie as he's going to get, but he gets his own show. So this is as close as another close but no cookie. So this is why I'm watching. This is Nick Fury is not getting his own movie, so I'm gonna watch his show. I'm gonna watch his show. But okay, so that is all. I got another video coming Friday. It will be a Smallville video if everything goes well. If everything goes well, it will be Smallville. But I shall see you next Monday. And don't forget, next Wednesday is the birthday stream. So, be prepared to bring your own drinks so we can all be drinking on the stream together and toast to my birthday. So we'll be talking about Superman and Lois, Gotham Knights, Secret Invasion, and who knows what else. But it'll be the birthday stream. Birthday girl, birthday stream. Okay, so that is all. Okay. But in the meantime, thanks for watching.